The American Heritage magazine said, "To discuss Millard Fillmore is to overrate him."
Alright everyone, from the makers of the AP Euro rap that shook the nation! January 7th, 1800, a legend is born. Not everybody likes him, but put down your pitchfork. Let's talk about the husky man from upstate New York. His father was a farmer, at least 100-something acres, woke at more and hoed corn, tried to sell to any takers. They didn't have much, as for books they had Jack, a Bible, a hymnal, and an almanac. But for most of his youth, he led a normal life. It wasn't all just hard work and strife. He liked to go fishing on Lake Skinny Atlas, that's the Ring-Finger Lake if you don't have an atlas. He was a cloth-making apprentice for Robert Hungerford, worked hard, bought a dictionary, tried to learn every word.
Not everybody likes him, but put down your pitchfork. Let's talk about the husky man from upstate New York. He started from nothing, and so it would seem, the uninspiring can accomplish the American dream.
Fillmore hated the degrading nature of manual labor, so he started his studies and left the cloth mill. See you later. Millard went to school taught by Abigail Powers. He learned some chemistry in his after-school hours. Then in Buffalo, he served as a clerk in a law office. He cried when he got the job, thought that nothing could top this. He taught to earn some cash while he studied law, earned $3 for his first lawsuit, but his boss said, "Nah, don't do work outside my practice, just go home, you can't hack this." So Fillmore quit his job and resigned himself to an empty life. He was admitted to the bar in 1823, then started a practice focused on mortgages and land deeds.
Not everybody likes him, but put down your pitchfork. Let's talk about the husky man from upstate New York. He started from nothing, and so it would seem, the uninspiring can accomplish the American dream.
Things may have seemed peaceful in the 1820s, but conflict over slavery was aplenty. 1824 was the corrupt bargain with Adams and Clay, leading to Jackson's election in 1828. That year, Fillmore was elected to the New York Assembly. He ran as an anti-Mason and served 3 terms in Albany. He pushed through legislation for witnesses to take a non-religious oath. He helped draft the city charter for the village of Buffalo. Then the Whig Party emerged in the 1830s. They tried challenging the Dems, started getting down and dirty. Fillmore liked that idea because he wasn't fond of Jackson. He was ready to join this new political faction.
Not everybody likes him, but put down your pitchfork. Let's talk about the husky man from upstate New York. He started from nothing, and so it would seem, the uninspiring can accomplish the American dream.
In 1832, Fillmore was elected to the House of Representatives. Anti-Masons dissolved into the Whigs. They were short-lived. Now the Whigs were gaining influence through anti-Jackson unity. They supported the U.S. Bank. They had apathy towards slavery. After the Panic of 1837, the Whigs gained even more popularity. William Henry Harrison became president in 1840. Fillmore became chairman of the House Ways and Means Committee. He supported the Tariff Act of 1842, which helped the economy. Fillmore's political career was doing great. He was gaining recognition throughout the United States. He left the House of Representatives in 1842. The whole country was watching to see what Fillmore would do.
Not everybody likes him, but put down your pitchfork. Let's talk about the husky man from upstate New York. He started from nothing, and so it would seem, the uninspiring can accomplish the American dream.
You know Tammany Hall's infamous boss Tweed? He had an equivalent in Whig Thurlow Weed. Weed had too much power, so the Whigs had to take action. It was America's first anti-Weed faction. But Weed had his picks for governor and VP. He wanted Willis Hall as governor and Seward's vice presidency. Seward dropped out, so the Whigs had to reinvent. Hall would run for governor and Fillmore for vice president. Then Hall got sick and Seward still wasn't game. Fillmore lost the VP nomination and Weed was to blame. Then Fillmore ran for governor as an abolitionist. He lost to the Dems and returned to his law practice.
Not everybody likes him, but put down your pitchfork. Let's talk about the husky man from upstate New York. He started from nothing, and so it would seem the uninspiring can accomplish the American dream.
The Whigs got one last chance in the election of '48. Zachary Taylor ran with Fillmore on his ticket. They looked great. Taylor, the war hero, was loved by everyone, while Fillmore secured support from Whigs not to worry about racism. They made it, just barely eking out a victory, winning the Electoral College without a popular vote majority. This wasn't an easy time to be president. Southern states started to threaten secession, and Taylor had to keep them together, threatening force. It was his job to keep the United States on course. Fillmore could shill more under Zachary, leaned back, sipping that daiquiri.
Not everybody likes him, but put down your pitchfork. Let's talk about the husky man from upstate New York. He started from nothing, and so it would seem the uninspiring can accomplish the American dream.
July 4th, 1850, the Independence Celebration. Fruit would shake Taylor's bowels and the nation. Zach had a plan to write us, and bad gastroenteritis. He wouldn't last long, like a modern Emperor Titus. He ate too many cherries, cholera outbreak should have made him wary. It ended up giving us another president to bury. Chugging water, chugging milk, dressed in his best fine suits and silk, celebrating America's birthday, partying with all his ilk. Bad choice, Mr. Taylor, we wouldn't want to be ya. He got explosive diarrhea, then told the living world, see ya. Now it's Fillmore's time to shine, get in the White House, get on that grind.
Not everybody likes him, but put down your pitchfork. Let's talk about the husky man from upstate New York. He started from nothing, and so it would seem the uninspiring can accomplish the American dream.
Fillmore took office and cleaned out the cabinet. He was a new face, a new man, a new president. He had an obligation to the nation to restore harmony. New York politics didn't deserve his time or energy. He took office eager to compromise. Given North-South tensions, that course was wise. So to keep the nation from falling apart, he signed the Compromise of 1850, each and every part. The compromise comprised of 5 different acts. Let's talk about them now. Get these facts! First, it abolished the slave trade in D.C. Then, it established the Texas boundary. Then, it accepted Utah as a territory. Then, it decided California would be free. The Fugitive Slave Act was last of all. It ended up being Millard Fillmore's downfall.
Not everybody likes him, but put down your pitchfork. Let's talk about the husky man from upstate New York. He started from nothing, and so it would seem the uninspiring can accomplish the American dream.
Fillmore thought about the Panama Canal. decades before it was constructed. Wow. He protected Hawaii from French imperialism, saying it should stay open to U.S. mercantilism. In 1851, the Library of Congress caught fire. To save all the books was Fillmore's desire, so he formed a heroic bucket brigade. This precedent set the precedent for literary aid. He dispatched Matthew Perry's ships to Japan. Expanding American commerce was his plan. This came about in 1854. Japan finally opened its doors.
Kanagawa!
He established the White House Library. He didn't make Taylor's mistake of eating cherries.
Not everybody likes him, but put down your pitchfork. Let's talk about the husky man from upstate New York. He started from nothing, and so it would seem the uninspiring can accomplish the American dream.
The Fugitive Slave Act brought hatred from abolitionists. They had escaped slaves who they wanted to assist. Millard stuck to his guns, said slaves had to be returned. Then, by many voters, he was spurned. He didn't run in the election of 1852. The country chose Pierce to see what he would do.
Not everybody likes him, but put down your pitchfork. Let's talk about the husky man from upstate New York. He started from nothing, and so it would seem the uninspiring can accomplish the American dream.
After he left Washington, Fillmore joined the know-nothing things. He wasn't interested in tolerance, but in the votes he could bring. His wife died in 1853. He spent 5 years wondering who his new wife would be. It was Caroline McIntosh in 1858. I don't know, but I'm guessing their marriage was great. He suffered 2 strokes in 1874. By the way, somewhere in there, America had a civil war. He went to the hospital and things were looking bleak. Our husky man was looking very, very weak. The nurse thought her soup recipe was infallible. Millard destroyed her with his dying breath. The nourishment is palatable.
According to the White House website, Millard Fillmore demonstrated that through methodical industry and some competence, an uninspiring man could make the American dream come true. Queen Victoria once said he was the most handsome man she had ever laid eyes upon. The American Heritage magazine said, to discuss Millard Fillmore is to overrate him.
Not everybody likes him, but put down your pitchfork. Let's talk about the husky man from upstate New York. He started from nothing, and so it would seem the uninspiring can accomplish the American dream. Not everybody likes him, but put down your pitchfork. Let's talk about the husky man from upstate New York. He started from nothing, and so it would seem the uninspiring can accomplish the American dream. Not everybody likes him, but put down your pitchfork. Let's talk about the husky man from upstate New York. He started from nothing, and so it would seem the uninspiring can accomplish the American dream. Not everybody likes him, but put down your pitchfork. Let's talk about the husky man from upstate New York. He started from nothing, and so it would seem the uninspiring can accomplish the American dream.